Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Wednesday night. We are back from Houston tonight, where thousands came from all over to pay their respects to George Floyd, his family, remembering him as a gentle man, a loving father, an imperfect man, but saying his name will now stand for the push for change, for justice. And tonight, what we did not know about the officer with his knee to Floyd's neck, charged with murder now. How close was he to a plea deal, and why did it fall apart? And on Capitol Hill today, one of George Floyd's brothers telling lawmakers enough is enough, pleading with them to stop the pain of police brutality, breaking down, asking what was his brother's life worth. We have learned prosecutors and that former officer, Derek Chauvin, were closing in on a deal on state murder and federal civil rights charges until the day before his arrest. Chauvin now faces up to 40 years behind bars if convicted on all charges. And tonight, as we come on the air, an urgent hunt now for a man who opened fire at a police station, a deputy wounded, shot in the face. Another person found shot dead nearby, and we have it all covered for you. We're going to begin with ABC's Alex Perez in Minneapolis again tonight.
Tonight, the stunning revelation as prosecutors mulled charges against fired Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. He was angling for a deal to plead guilty on federal civil rights charges and to murdering George Floyd. As prosecutors were walking up to the podium on May 28th, the deal had just fallen apart.
We thought we would have another development that I could tell you about. Unfortunately, we don't at this point.
Chauvin, charged with third-degree murder the next day, upgraded to second-degree the following week.
Mr. Floyd, what do you hope to tell the committee today?
Justice for Chauvin.
Word of those negotiations coming as George Floyd's brother, Philanese, emotionally testified before lawmakers on Capitol Hill.
You don't do that to a human being. You don't even do that to an animal. His life mattered. All our lives matter. Black lives matter. I just wish I can get them back. Those officers, they get to live. For him to do something like that, it had to be premeditated, and he wanted to do that.
And intentional.
Yes, sir.
And tonight, those chants on the streets turning into demands for reform. Minneapolis Police Chief Madaria Arredondo faced with the possibility his department could be disbanded, unveiling his own plans for change today, revealing the department will no longer negotiate their current contract with the police union and new real-time technology to track cops accused of misconduct and intervene. Chauvin had 18 complaints against him but was only disciplined twice.
Under these new rules,
yes.
What would have happened to someone like Chauvin who had all these complaints?
We could have intervened much earlier. If there were problematic behaviors that were brought to our attention right away, we could have made those appropriate measures.
Back on Capitol Hill, George Floyd's brother demanding more accountability for officers before anyone else is killed.
George wasn't hurting anyone that day. He didn't deserve to die over $20. I'm asking you, is that what a black man is worth? $20? This is 2020. Enough is enough.
Powerful testimony. We hear the demonstrators behind you there in Minneapolis tonight, Alex, and we also know there's late word that one of the other officers who was charged in this case, Thomas Lane, we remember he was on his 4th shift as an officer that night, a rookie. There's news on him this evening?
Well, David, according to jail records, former officer Thomas Lane was released from jail just a short time ago, late this afternoon. He posted $750,000 bail and has been released. You'll remember that's the officer who in court shifted blame towards the veteran officer on the scene that night, Derek Chauvin. Now, as for the changes here at the Minneapolis Police Department, the chief tells me today was just the beginning. He expects to make several announcements in the weeks ahead. David?
All right, Alex Perez leading us off again tonight. Alex, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.